Hi fans, hi new fans, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is a great day because it's a day for reading with Ricky. I would like to have a little reading today of the fourth story of my second collection. My second collection is called Little Ricky, the Lad from Otter Lake, Adolescent Adventures. And in this fourth story, it is called Unsettled Easter Emotions. I had the extreme fortune of growing up with a mental ill brother. My brother Christopher suffered with bipolar disease. And his bipolar disease and my experience with my brother, my love for my brother, inspired this beautiful, heartwarming short story. The short story that we will read today, or that we'll start today, is a fictional story, but is really based on a true event that happened in my life and the life of my brother Christopher. So, before we get going into today's reading with Ricky and that short story, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Canadian author. I've been writing since the year 2000, and I publish short stories in three formats. I published in audiobook format on Kobo.com, and I published equally on Amazon.ca, the Canadian version of Amazon, for paperbacks, paperback books, and ebooks. Ebooks and paperbacks are sold on Amazon.ca. If you're looking for audiobooks, that's Kobo. So basically, I publish in those three formats, and I have I have over 40 short stories now out there. You can buy them individually as books, or you can buy them as in collections. My collections are sold in 12 stories each. So what do I have available right now? I have a couple full collections. I have Little Ricky, the Boy from Otter Lake. Little Ricky, the Boy from Otter Lake is my very first collection. It contains 12 stories of a little 5-year-old boy and his troubles, tribulations, loves and tumbles, all of that, when he was growing up in Otter Lake, Quebec. Very fun, heartwarming, loving book of 12 heartwarming short stories that you can enjoy. Little Ricky, the Boy from Otter Lake. To that book, I have also written the sequels, Little Ricky, the Boy from Otter Lake, the sequels. And in this book, those original 12 stories continue with their sequel versions. Again, a collection of 12 stories in this book called the sequels. And then my second collection is Little Ricky, the Lad from Otter Lake, Adolescent Adventures. I put this collection together in the year, was it 21, 22? And when I was writing it, the stories developed so much that it became so big that I had to break the book into two parts. So this collection, though it contains 12 stories, is sold in two parts. Part one contains the first 6 stories of the collection, and part 2, of course, has the next 6 stories. So 1 through 6 in part 1 and 7 through 12 in part 2. They are available, as always, in this collection on Amazon.ca and Kobo.com. Today's story comes from that collection. I'm also writing my third collection of short stories called Little Ricky, the Young Man from Otter Lake. It will eventually contain 12 stories, but currently it has 4. I have 3 of those stories published, and the fourth one is on the way. It is my goal, and I'm hoping to get there, is to have 5 stories from that collection published this year. I'm had some health issues, so it slowed me down in my writing career, but you know, I'm starting to get back on track, so I'm hoping that I can still produce a 5th story yet for Little Ricky, the Young Man from Otter Lake, still this year in 2025. Anyhow, if you want to look me up, I have my YouTube channel here. I'm on Facebook. I have social media presence. So, you know, look me up and you'll find out a lot more about me. But today's story, as I said, is the 4th story from this collection, Little Ricky, the Lad from Otter Lake, Adolescent Adventures. And it is a very touching story about a beautiful guy who suffers with mental illness, and a wonderful teacher who helps his teen get through a very difficult time when he first experienced somebody with mental illness. Now, mental illness is a serious thing. It's used to be overlooked. Now it's not so much. We can all suffer from mental illness. Mental illness can be something as simple as a headache to something more serious as disorders or drug abuse or what have you. If you are feeling stressed or you're feeling that you're off, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody, family, friend, see a doctor. It's really important to look after both mental and physical health. I know that firsthand. I suffered with chronic pain for a long time. I'm getting better now after having had surgery. But pain can bring your mental health down. It can get very bad, very negative. So it's so important to address any health issues or any mental health issues that you're having so you can get back on track. Because you know what? life is worth it. Anyway, that's just my little message for all of you. But hang in there. I'll be right back, and we'll have a reading with Ricky for Unsettled Easter Emotions. Coming right back. Hi all, so nice to see you back. So again, paperback version here of Unsettled Easter Emotions. This is the fourth story in Little Ricky, the Lad from Otter Lake, Adolescent Adventures. Just going to flip open here and we'll have a peek at what's the story all about, and then we'll have a reading with Ricky. Here we go. To start off, I'm going to give you the teaser paragraph, the introductory paragraph to the story to give you a little bit of idea about what the story is all about. So it's called Unsettled Easter Emotions. Ricky, the lad from Otter Lake, is keyed up for spending special times with his family during Holy Week and Easter, but things quickly take a turn for the worst. A wonderful teacher from Victoria Avenue High School, a kind man, Father Costello, helps Ricky navigate some emotional times he is facing as he deals with the news of his beloved ill brother. In trying to cope with the terms of new realities within the family, Ricky is reminded by the priest to follow his very own advice. So in this story, I'm using Father Costello, who is a real person, real teacher, Father Mike Costello, someone I knew. I'm using my memories of him to develop this fictional character who helps my protagonist, Little Ricky, get through some very difficult times dealing with a beloved brother who is mentally ill. On this side, we can see photos of the school, of the priest, of the two brothers, of the family, and the difficult time that they had that particular Easter. It's a very touching, very emotional story, so I hope that you will love this reading with Ricky version today, and buy the book so that you can continue the story and have a copy of your very own. So if you hang in there, I'll be right back with the reading with Ricky for this story today. Be right back. Hi, thanks for coming back, and let's now get into a reading with Ricky, today's story, Unsettled Easter Emotions. The first day of the fourth month of 1979 was a bizarre one. In Otter Lake, Quebec, and elsewhere around the world, this day was referred to as April Fool's Day. It was equally and strangely called Poisson d'Avril by the town's Québécois and Québécoises.
Fish of April, pondered Ricky. Why fish? April 1st this year was on a Sunday, and as such, all members of the Gauthier family were home, and at some stage of enjoying their respective breakfasts. According to tradition, unexpected victims on this day could be fooled with spontaneous pranks. Earlier that morning, Ricky's granny had urgently called her son Cyril and his wife Veronica, Ricky's parents, from the kitchen table to rush to the front door window. Granny had been screaming that there were wild animals fighting in the yard. "Oh, Cyril, come quick and see. 2 moose are smashing themselves together out in front of the house. Veronica, come quick to see what is going on. Bring your camera because no one will believe this," screamed Granny. Both Cyril and Veronica rushed to the front door, nearly bumping Granny out of the way in order to see the commotion. Granny burst into a roar of laughter, so much that she shook as she wailed, "April Fools!" The morning was unsafe territory because anyone and everyone were at risk of being fooled. Other tricks played included Ricky's sister Audrey scaring the crap out of him when she announced, "Oh my God, you have got a spider on your neck." Ricky twisted fast, spilled his bowl of cereal and glass of juice as he tried to slap any darn spider that was supposedly crawling on his neck, only to have his sister jovially laugh and sing, "April Fool's baby brother." Finally, not liking being fooled himself, Ricky decided that he as well must get into the hijinks. When his eldest brother Bernie descended the stairs and took his place at the breakfast table, Ricky, with the wildest shriek and freaked out eyes, cautioned, "Bernie, watch it! There is a snake on the floor under the table at your feet. It must have slithered up from the cellar." Bernie squawked and jumped back, knocking over his chair, because he was dreadfully afraid of snakes. Poor Bernie was dancing and squirming, trying desperately to make sure no snake had made it up his pant leg. Both Ricky and Audrey cried with laughter, and Ricky exclaimed, "Oh, I am so sorry, Bernie, but April Fools." Bernie came over to his beloved little brother and pinched his ear. Ricky's middle brother Brian was still in bed, so he missed all the fun, but Christopher, Ricky's second eldest brother, though he laughed softly at the shenanigans, seemed to be distracted. Chris sat at the table with his eyes closed. He gently stirred the cereal in his bowl and seemed to be far away in some magical place.
Something was up with Christopher. Found the picture on that particular sad day. This story is based on that moment, and it continues with the first time Chris exhibited any signs of being mentally ill. Hopefully you'll enjoy the story called Unsettled Easter Emotions. It's available for sale, as I said, on Amazon.ca and Kobo.com. And hopefully you'll be able to find your copy. It's selling for as low as $6 for the audiobook version and for the ebook version. I believe the paperback versions are going now for about $12 to $15 each. Unfortunately, the price of paper went up, so the cost of printing books went up as well. If you're liking my YouTube channel and my Reading with Ricky videos, please give me a thumbs up. That'd be so cool. I'd love to have a comment. If you're liking my videos, liking my books, hearing anything from you would be terrific, because your comments bring me so much joy. Click that bell. There's a little bell icon down there. Click that bell to be notified of my new videos. And of course, subscribe to my channel so you'll never miss any of my upcoming videos. I do wish you a wonderful day. If it is Easter time where you are, happy Easter. If not, I wish you the very happiness from my whole heart to you and yours. Goodbye. Take care.